Tonight, neighbors hearing directly from a company that wants to build a massive data center in their backyards.
The goal is to push back.
Scammers calling families claiming their loved ones in jail need bond. How to keep it from happening to you.
I had to break the news to her that that money was gone, that she had gotten scammed.
A small but deep sinkhole closes the White Rock Lake Trail. And a teacher in North Texas making sure every student knows someone's in their corner.
Every kid needs their own personal cheerleader.
It's a different way to do the Grand Prix. Great Bites, steps away from the track. I'll tell you how you can get in on this coming up.
Thank you for joining us tonight, and we start with a big cool down over the past few hours.
Yeah, you're going to want to hear what Pete has to say before you head out there in the morning.
Okay, so let me just sum this up. Do you know what it feels like outside right now?
Feels
Chilly.
like 32 degrees.
It feels like March.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't felt like
No,
March.
it certainly has
I mean, we've
not.
been in the 70s and 80s, so yeah, it's chilly outside right
Even
now.
earlier today.
Well, absolutely, yeah. With the winds that we've had. So I want you to take a look at this. I rarely show you the temperatures outside right now because I know you're home in your PJs or even less, but you're inside. It's 56 degrees outside right now with a breezy north wind at 24. You can see the DBU camera shaking around a little bit here. Winds are gusting up to 37 miles an hour. It is dry outside right now. Okay, we don't even have a cloud in the sky. The skies have cleared out, and I'll keep clear skies tonight. But when you wake up tomorrow, the normal low is 47. Now, we're going to be cooler than that by 7 degrees. My official low tonight is 40. But here's the situation. Lately, our low temperatures in the morning have been warmer than the normal daytime highs. The normal daytime high is like 66 or 67 degrees. We've had morning lows in the upper 60s to lower 70s the last handful of days, okay? So tomorrow morning when you walk outside and it's 41 in Dallas or it's 38 in Denton or in McKinney or in Decatur, that's not that terribly unusual for this time of year. But it's going to be very unusual because I think the last week or so we've become accustomed to temperatures that are dramatically warmer than that. So you walk outside tomorrow morning, it is going to be chilly. Just be prepared for that. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm talking about a warm-up. There is one on the way. Then there's another cool down, an even bigger cool down than what we're experiencing right now, and then another warm-up. The roller coaster ride of March, it's on. I'll be back in a few minutes and have the details.
Tonight, some Fort Worth neighbors have a lot of questions about a massive data center project proposed near their homes.
Yeah, they're worried about traffic, noise, and the sheer size of the development.
The proposal spans hundreds of acres along Anglin Drive south of I-20, and those neighbors tell Kevin Reese they're preparing to push back as the project heads toward key city votes.
The company organizing this meeting didn't want it recorded, but they did allow pictures of the more than 60 residents of Fort Worth and Forest Hill who wanted to learn more about the data center plan for the corner of Forest Hill Drive and Lon Stevenson Road. 1 million square feet of buildings in the project's proposed first stage. And when that meeting ended... Where's your house? Show me your house again.
My house is in this area.
Wanda Thomas and Gonzalo Rosas were not happy.
When I'm up in my window, I want to see the big building in the backyard.
You building this, but how does it interfere with our lives? That's the thing.
Representatives for the company behind this project say tonight's meeting was to only talk about the site plan, where the buildings would sit in this field if and when the project is finally approved. But there were questions about noise pollution and traffic. They say they will hold another meeting to talk about that.
There's city ordinances that limit the amount of noise that industrial use can provide during daylight and at night.
Yeah.
And we will conform with all those ordinances.
Black Mountain, the company behind this data center project, plans a $10 billion, 450-acre data center campus, more than neighbors saw in this site plan drawings tonight. The current plans go to the Zoning Commission for consideration on April 8th and then Fort Worth City Council on May 12th. Between now and then, residents like Wanda and Gonzalo
The traffic right now is crazy.
say they will be ready with their long list of complaints and concerns when the company agrees to meet with neighbors again. In Fort Worth, I'm Kevin Reese.
Black Mountain also wants to rezone 80 more acres of land for the data center. Last night, the Fort Worth City Council delayed that vote. It is now expected to happen in June.
A man was just put to death tonight for the murder of a Tarrant County woman and her son. Cedric was pronounced dead just before 7 o'clock from a lethal injection at the state penitentiary in Huntsville. He was convicted of killing his girlfriend, Roxanne Sanchez, and her son, Anthony Figueroa, at their apartment in Bedford just over 12 years ago. Her other son was stabbed 25 times, but survived the attack by playing dead. This is the second execution in Texas this year, and before being put to death tonight, Ricks apologized repeatedly to that surviving son, as well as other relatives in attendance. He said, quote, "I'm truly sorry for what I've done, and I wish you all peace and joy as much as you can, but I'm sorry. That's all I can say."
Tomorrow morning, a jury is expected to begin deliberating in the case of 9 people charged in connection with an attack on an ICE detention center. It happened at the Prairieland Detention Facility in Alvarado last 4th of July. Prosecutors say protest leader Benjamin Song planned an ambush using fireworks as a distraction before they say he shot an Alvarado police officer in the neck. The officer survived and testified during the trial. Defense attorneys say each of the 9 defendants were exercising their First Amendment rights, and the demonstration was meant to be a protest. But if convicted on the most serious counts, some defendants could face up to life behind bars.
New tonight, scammers are targeting families trying to get their loved ones out of the Dallas County Jail. Teresa Woodard shows us how officials are warning the public after a growing number of victims report losing hundreds of dollars.
Most everyone in the Dallas County Jail has someone desperate to get them out. And for scammers, desperation is opportunity.
Taking advantage of vulnerable people, I think everyone can agree is wrong.
Dallas attorney Robert Abtahi got the first call a few weeks ago from a woman who thought she'd paid her loved one's bail. She'd been panicking over the arrest, and when a bail bondsman called, she sent him hundreds of dollars through an app.
I had to break the news to her that that money was gone, that she had gotten scammed.
Legitimate bail bondsmen don't call you, you call them. But a man posing as a bondsman keeps calling inmates' families.
Kept hearing the same story over and over again.
Abtahi says he's heard it 10 times now. The man claims people can pay bail by paying him, using an app or sending a gift card. That's absolutely not true. And now Dallas County's website says so in big red letters. The county told me they just added this scam alert warning after seeing an uptick in victims. I called the number the guy's been using.
Please leave your message after the tone.
He didn't answer.
If you could give me a call back, I would like to talk with you. My number is...
And he didn't call back.
If someone is calling you, huge red flag, number 1. Number 2, if someone is telling you to go buy gift cards, to make a payment online without paperwork, without a reputable site, huge red flag.
Abtahi's law firm is posting about it and trying to raise alarm about it. But when a scammer sees opportunity,
they feel like they're untouchable, and that's scary.
They are hard to stop. In Dallas, I'm Teresa Woodard.
Part of the White Rock Lake Trail is closed tonight because of a sinkhole. A jogger posted a photo on social media last week. A neighbor describes the hole as 20 feet deep and caused by an abandoned sewer line. Carol Bell Walton has been raising awareness about erosion on the trail after decades of storms washed away land under Garland Road.
It still shows that there are critical weaknesses in this area due to infrastructure that was put in long ago that we don't even have a clue about.
The Dallas Water Utility Department says the area is now stabilized, but they did not say if it was caused by an abandoned sewer line. They say the trail will be temporarily closed while the department investigates.
Well, this summer we'll celebrate the nation's 250th birthday, and tonight our parent company Tegna is launching a new initiative called America's 250 Red, White, and You. Here at WFAA, we'll be telling the stories of everyday Americans who make their communities better every day. And we start tonight with a teacher in Wiley ISD known for the way she lifts up every child in the room.
Everyone say, ooh. Ooh. Everyone say, ah.
Spend a moment in Katie Ozel's classroom.
Collaborate. You're working together, working on the steps together. Get it, got it, good.
It'll feel more like a pep rally than math class.
Gorgeous.
Her students don't sit back. They speak up.
That is your total, meaning my number is going to decrease.
And lean in to listen.
Let's see, they're gonna get $100 Coyote Cash each.
The fourth graders at Cox Elementary School feel supported and seen.
Every kid needs their own personal cheerleader, and I am blessed with the opportunity to be the cheerleader for 63 students this year.
When did you know you wanted to be a teacher?
I have a very early photo from my life of all of my stuffed animals sitting in front of a whiteboard in my grandmother's kitchen, and couldn't tell you what I was teaching them, but they were learning something. I think growing up with mom being a teacher, you just have these hard eyes about everything and anything involving a classroom. Little sisters as well, they're easy to teach. So it's kind of been in the blood since the beginning.
Ready, set, go!
What did your mom say when you told her you wanted to be a teacher?
She has been the biggest support in all of this. Oh man, y'all, I'm sorry. Woo. I want to be just like my mom. She is the biggest inspiration. And so this was just another way to be like her. She couldn't have been more proud.
Her roots in the district run deep. A cheerleader at Wiley East who married her high school sweetheart and chose to raise her daughter here.
So we have the total, we use some of it, and we know the remaining, right? Yeah. Love it, beautiful.
She's always been a hit with her students, and now others are taking notice. How did you feel when you found out you were Teacher of the Year?
Oh man, there were lots of emotions. Everyone who has made me a teacher that I am, this award's for them, it's not for me, because I am a product of everyone who has invested in me.
It's an honor, and a nice one. But the real payoff comes with helping a student who finds this hard. How do you reach a kid who's struggling with math?
It's finding their interests. So if it's football, I'm gonna write so many math questions about football. We're gonna measure the yards that Patrick Mahomes threw. We're gonna find ways to find that interest in math.
Why did you choose the T-chart though instead of just plain old subtraction?
That's my number one job, is not to teach math. It's to pour into my kiddos and make sure that they know that they have somebody in their corner cheering them on 100% of the way.
Elapse, tell me about it.
Katie Ozels is still the little girl who lined up her stuffed animals and the cheerleader who never quit.
Love you, goodbye. Love you, goodbye.
Only now, these are the kids she's rooting for.
Love you, goodbye.
And they go home knowing someone's in their corner every day.
Jellyfish, love you, goodbye. Love you, goodbye.
Everyday Americans, extraordinary impact. People like Katie, that is America's 250, Red, White, and You.